Hey everybody, it's your girl Pajama with Pajama Life. And today we have a couple of really interesting movies and a trailer review. So we are going to do the trailer review of Marvel's Secret Invasion. I'm excited about that, as well as review Bullet Train and the Noel Diary, both on Netflix. But with me today is my two favorite guys. Here we go, David, our guru of all things Star Wars. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. It's great to be back with you here on this blistery cold night in our nation's capital. Thrilled to talk to you about these shows and to do a impromptu trailer review in a live setting. This will be kind of fun.
Yeah. And that brings us to the professor of all things Marvel and Tolkien. Say hey to the people, Patrick.
I gotta say to the people that I am amazed that Pam has not started throwing into my intro The Grinch, because Christmas movies are terrible, but I do them because my Pam is one of my oldest friends, so we're watching Christmas movies, and it's as painful as going to the dentist without anesthesia, but here we are. So hey everybody, we'll look at these things and we'll see what we got to say about them. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we will. And hey, say hey to Tim Windsor, our buddy, who's been with us since the beginning. We love Tim Windsor. All right, let's check out the trailer of the next iteration in Marvel's universe, Secret Invasion. Let's take a peek. All right.
Very close encounters.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Is this alien?
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. But I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different.
Uh-oh. It's my boy, Samuel.
How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we're gonna be very careful now.
Oh.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
It's the plan. It's the plan.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
Wow. I don't know what to think.
Oh, I'm super excited. This
okay. I'm not sure I understand what I'm seeing. I thought the alien dudes, is it the Kree?
the Skrull.
The Skrulls. I thought they were our friends, but
There was a dissident branch in the Captain Marvel series you saw. The Secret Invasion was a large series of books that ran through several different of the title. I mean, all the titles for a chunk. I want to say in the late 90s, maybe. No, it wasn't 90s. It would have been the 10s, maybe in the 10s.
Okay.
But what happens is the Skrulls decide to invade Earth, but they do it by assuming the identities of people and working their way up the power structure until they get to. And then there's some people that are trying to oppose them, and that's the whole Secret War thing. Which
some Skrulls.
It's like the lizard people in real life.
Sure.
What?
You heard about that, right? Oh yeah,
Oh
all
yeah,
the
totally,
important people,
totally. I mean,
the Queen, the Rothschilds, they're all lizard people. It's all there.
I read about
Oh,
QAnon the other day. Yeah, I'm
I see.
deeply into that.
Okay.
Trying to grow our demographics there to the kooky.
No, we
Wow.
don't want that demographic at
No,
all.
no.
Sorry.
They can stay home. That's fine.
We deal in truth and fantasy in this.
Just straight, but we call fantasy, not truth. So there's the difference.
Right. So it looks interesting. Anything with Samuel L. Jackson, your girl is in.
I would
Yeah.
tell you that the opportunities for good acting, which you see in Olivia Colman, you see Samuel Jackson, you have some heavy hitters that are good actors.
Yeah.
And the idea of having people pretend to be somebody else requires, a pretty, they had Tatiana Maslany in She-Hulk, and she did that for 3 seasons in Orphan Black.
5 seasons.
Right.
Was it 5? Okay, 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
5 seasons, and it was super good because you could see she was acting. She looked like somebody, but she's acting like somebody else. There was like layers.
She was acting her face off. That's
She did that stuff, and you can see you got some good actors in here that can pull that off. I'm a girl pretending to be, this person or that person. You should be able to see some of that kind of good level stuff going on. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, and I think I just don't care for Olivia Colman. Something
great.
about her bothers me. But hopefully she does a good job, and I'll check her out if she does a good job in this. Maybe it'll help reframe my narrative of her, which is boo. But David, what do you think?
I like it. And again, Samuel L. Jackson being in it and reprising his role as Nick Fury. I think the Marvel shows are kind of back on track. As much as I wanted to really like She-Hulk, I fell off the wagon at the end.
Yeah.
This show, I think, is kind of getting itself back on.
Yeah.
And it looks, maybe a little bit of political intrigue there a little bit, which I like, something that we saw in The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for my Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'm going to get that ready, and let's rock and roll with this new show. It says 2023, but when in 2023 is it coming out? Do we know?
I haven't heard yet.
Okay.
I don't know. So hopefully soon. Probably. I would say probably late summer into the fall.
I'd say
maybe?
fall for the fall season would be my guess, because they would have put a date on it if it was in the
late
next couple
August,
months.
September, probably.
Yeah.
So do we know how many episodes?
No.
Okay.
Not heard that.
So I think they said maybe a mini series. So maybe it's like 6. It might be short. 7? Okay, our producer said 7. So maybe
Well, there
7.
you go.
Okay, so you never know. Look forward to it. Definitely check out the trailer and the eventual series, Secret Invasion, the next stop in the Marvel Universe. All right, let's check out. We're here to check out. And I read the book, Bullet Train. Let's take a peek.
Thank you for taking the job on such short notice.
I am ready. A simple snatch and grab. What am I snatching and or grabbing?
A briefcase. Intel says there's a train sticker on the handle.
What's the catch?
There is no catch.
There's always a catch. Why didn't you tell me to bring that gun?
I did. You chose spiritual enlightenment.
All right, David, what did you think of Bullet Train?
It was fun. It was a little kind of off center from what you might think about with the hitman, or the hitman that's trying to get away from being a hitman but put in the situation. I found it to be very entertaining. It was kind of like a Die Hard meets an anime comic book.
That's a good way to put it.
I am surprised you said you read the book, which implies it's much more than a comic book. And nothing about this film really said to me novel.
Oh, definitely. It's an international bestseller.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Which I highly recommend. Yes.
I take it back. I thought it was a fun thing, but I didn't take it. I can't comprehend that this would be a real book with chapters
Yes.
and
Yes.
a flow and a narrative.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And that's part of the issue for me.
I'm shocked.
I'll let you finish up, but I'll tell you part of my issue about it is the story.
It can't be the book has got to, if it's a real book, it's got to be better.
Yeah. Kotaro Isaka is the author of Bullet Train, and I highly recommend reading the book. I mean, it's fun, but it shares a lot of the bones of the book, but it takes this wild, crazy, especially the ending, which kind of like the very ending kind of ruined it. But if you take it for what it is, kind of a live action anime, and that was interesting. The prince in the movie is a female, but in the book it's a male. And so, and what they did with the character was really interesting at the end. So that was an interesting way to do it. But I think this is the same director, David Leitch, I'm gonna say Leitch, who did Deadpool, right? And so you see, if you look at it, you see some of the same characters from Deadpool 2 in this one. Brad Pitt, what's his name?
Although Brad Pitt does, come on, Brad Pitt was like for a
and then
gone.
But he's in there.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Zazie Beetz. There's one other person who was in. I think what's his name from Heroes? The conductor. I think he was in Deadpool 2 as well. So you see some of the characters pop up again in this, and you see kind of that blueprint from Deadpool, kind of the snarkiness and
I can see a little bit of that,
over the top violence. But it's definitely something fun. I think the last 5 minutes or so ruin it, kind of, where I would have loved it. I just kind of liked it because they did something real dumb to me at the end. But
it was kind of goofy. And that guy's from Andor.
Which one?
That's one of the brothers.
Andor. He was in Andor?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
The guy driving the truck at the end, I think, was in Andor. He was like
no. Brian Tyree Henry. He's in Atlanta.
Oh, I would have sworn.
Lemon is he's been in a lot of stuff recently. He was in the Eternals. Maybe that's what you're thinking of. He was in the Eternals.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I watched it a while back. So
okay. But I think I definitely read the book. The book is it's told from the perspectives of all the characters. So it's really interesting. But I enjoyed it. I could have loved it. Save for that dumb thing they did at the end. But Pat, what'd you think? Did you read the book as well?
I started, but it didn't grab me enough to get me through it.
You have to hang in there with the book.
It would have been a bit of an uphill slog. And I've done that stuff, but I have so much crap to read right now as it is.
Right.
The movie itself, great. I loved it. I mean, it was fast paced. It was the cinematography, the way that shot everything. The dialogue was snappy. And man, it had a killer soundtrack too. Yeah. I'll tell you what, a good soundtrack can fix a lot of flaws in a movie. I got to tell you, and this one did a great job with that. Had a lot of fun, and the actors were all well drawn. I thought, or the characters were all well drawn. They all had weird motivations, and it was it was violent farce is what I think of
Yeah.
it.
Ooh, I like that better.
It was just
Yeah.
it was kind of, it was like Charlie Chaplin didn't have censors back then. He could have done some really crazy, ridiculous stunts that were all with violence, and just terrible motivations and stuff. And you get this one guy trying to do the right thing throughout the whole thing, and it just doesn't keep working for him. So he had to do a Liam Neeson with his very particular set of skills, and get himself out of jail.
Or does it work for him? I think it kind of works for him.
It was great. I thought it was great fun. I mean, is it something I want to go see again? Maybe if it just comes up and it's on TV, but I'm not going to hunt it out to go watch again. So there you go.
Right.
I liked it.
And what's his name? My favorite and yours. I want to make sure I say his name right. Hiroyuki Sanada. You know him from Mortal Kombat. I love him. And Andrew Koji, who is
he would probably not want you mentioning he was in Mortal Kombat. Okay.
Anyway,
he's probably moved on.
Andrew Koji is super fine, who played his son, and Andrew Koji's in Warrior on HBO Max. You gotta watch that series. That is incredible. It's from the writings of Bruce Lee. It's awesome. But two of the finest Japanese men out there. Brad Pitt is fine in it. So even if you don't like it, but if you like handsome men, this show is chock full of them. So definitely Bullet Train gets all of our thumbs up.
This episode of Pajama Life not endorsed by Title IX, but keep watching.
I ain't at work. I'm on vacation. So definitely check out Bullet Train. Now, next up, the Noel Diary on Netflix. Take a look.
How you doing? We'll see you in there. Thanks for coming.
Could you inscribe it to Sherry, please?
So it was an I or Y?
Either is fine.
Joy Noel.
I'm the executor of your mother's estate. She passed last week.
Hello?
You're not Ellie.
Sorry, this is the Turner residence, right? I'm trying to find my mother. And I think you might be able to help me.
You know who would know? Your dad.
Truth is, if I ever saw him, I wouldn't know what the hell to say to him.
We could script a few lines.
Let's have David go first. David, what'd you think?
Yeah, I actually, Hallmark-esque. I thought it was cute and sweet and fun. I enjoyed it.
Trash. I am sorry that I recommended this trash. It's trash. This was terrible. It wasn't even Christmassy. It was like some depressing mess. No. That's no.
No?
For the no, El Diary. No. Sorry. I had to say sorry on this one. That was terrible. Well, here's the backstory. Okay, because
what is the backstory?
Pat's always teasing me. I watch a lot of reality TV, but this is how you get the juicy tea. So, what's his name? Not Jason Hartley, but anyway, the main actor is married to Chriselle on the Selling Sunset. Well, during this time, I think he broke up with her, a divorce by text. He's trash. And so I think they were going through this whole divorce thing while they were filming. So his whole demeanor is kind of just dead. And he just really has no kind of life or verve or anything. So I think that probably played a role in his very bad acting and depressed mood throughout. So that's a hot tea from Pajama Life. Now we can only guess what Patrick is going to say. Take it away, Patrick.
You know, the fact that that guy was on reality TV just
He wasn't. His wife, Chriselle, who was one of the original Real World people.
I
But go ahead.
don't
Oh,
care.
good
either
Lord.
way,
You're
but
going
okay.
old school
Yeah.
reality TV there.
I want to act like I care, but I just can't mess with
Don't
that.
act like you didn't watch the Real World back
I
in the
didn't
day,
watch the
Patrick.
fucking Real World. Pardon my French, everybody out there. I did not watch the Real World.
I remember.
The
I'm pretty
only-
sure I remember you watching it back in college.
You remember somebody else then.
Okay.
I did not watch the Real World. The only reality TV I ever watched, I used to watch Survivor, and even then I got over that because it was so not scripted, but it was definitely there was a point A to point B, and everybody knew where they were going. This show itself was. I laughed during the trailer because here's the prototypical thing. Let's run out in the rain to stop her. I'm like, this is so cliched. Oh my god, it was so cliched.
It was
It's like every one of
It's
these
a
movies.
book too. It's
You
a
know,
book.
the only thing that I thought was fun about it was that we get to see the wife from Die Hard and Die Hard 2 be the next door neighbor.
I know. And presumed innocent. She was amazing as a
Oh, I forgot about that.
villain.
But I always think it was Holly Gennaro or Holly McLean, whatever you want to call her.
That's right.
So she was in one of the best Christmas movies ever made, Die Hard. You know, I mean, come on. Here she is lending her Christmas cred to this trash.
Trash. It gets double trash.
Well, I was not down for it to begin with, but I sat through it, and you know, me and my wife looked at it and said, "Yeah, this is terrible." So okay,
Yeah, we should redo this as smash or trash. That could be like the whole theme of the show. That
that would be
word
fun.
just
Yes,
come up.
it's a little too binary though. I like a little bit of shading in there.
Oh, you're shady, all right.
Girl, you ain't seen shady.
Yeah, this is some trash. Don't watch it. I think. David
you know
says.
what? I'm going to double down. I'm going to double down and say, watch it. Get some syrupy pancakes and watch it.
Treacle.
Well, I tell you what you can watch. It's Pajama Life's diverse holiday movie reviews going on right now. Check them out. They're on the Pajama Life channel. So when you're done with this one, then just hop over and click the button and you can watch a bunch of diverse holiday movies, some which are really excellent, which like New Orleans Noel is really excellent. And the Something from Tiffany's is very excellent. So I'm sorry we didn't watch those instead of this one. But get ready. Next week, we'll be back with another Christmas themed show with Santa Camp and the Peripheral on Prime Video. So the Santa Camp is on HBO Max. So come back next week and we will check out those two movies and series. So thank you for joining us today. And fellas, David, what you want to say in final words to the people?
Well, enjoy this holiday time. Spend more time with people you care about than going shopping. If they're worth it, they'll care more about your time than your presents. So they'll want your present, not the present. See what I did there? Did a little play on words.
See, not the T.
That's right. Belong there.
Okay, Patrick, some final words for the people.
I would tell everybody to keep getting yourselves out. Go to movies. I'm going to go see Avatar next week. Faux show in a big theater because that's where you got to watch that kind of movie. So
Definitely.
Everybody get yourself out. Keep the movies, keep good movies being made by going and seeing them in theaters where they make money on them. Because, I mean, they're making a little bit of money on these Netflix and these other things, but the quality's difference between a box of wine and a nice bottle of French wine that's been sitting in a cellar for 100 years. That kind of difference. So go see some movies in the theaters because that's where good movies start at.
Well, sometimes, but definitely AMC theaters if you want two Kansas City natives to review movies for you. Please call us.
Netflix, we're a box of wine. I like it.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of wines, I am doing the Aldi Wine Advent Calendar review. You can also check that out on my TikTok at PJama Life and Instagram and Twitter. Okay, so that's enough self-promotion, but we will see you all next week right here. Take care. Bye.